Okay, so this one's for the guide block, which I assume is going to be this one. Okay, we're going to do this one in Onshape. I already went and did the sketch for it. So there's the sketch. So if you're this far, you can, I guess, fast forward. If you don't know how to do this, make this sketch. Stick around. I'll do another one for you, and I'll show you how to add on another part to the same session, I guess you could call it that way. You can submit multiple files at once with one link instead of sending a bunch of different links, which can get crazy with Onshape. So let's do this. So let me go back some more. So here we go. Right, we start. You create a new one. I already did that. So you're going to create a new one. Name it. I called it guide block. So I'm just going to open up the one I just had. And let's pretend that I need another one. So I'm going to do another. And I'm going to rename this one. It's good to rename things. All right. So new sketch. And I'm going to do this one in the front plane here. Click there and you'll see the sketch like box kind of pop up. The one thing that from Inventor, which don't like about this, is it doesn't reorient. Like in Inventor, you pick your plane and then it reorients. Onshape doesn't, so you have to do it manually. It's kind of a pain, but you'll get used to it. And then you basically just start drawing. So we go over. Another thing about the dynamic input, you have to click and then type in your size. You can't click and drag and then type in the numerical distance and then hit enter. It doesn't work that way. It's kind of backwards. So if you're 5, then it doesn't give us a measurement, but we know it's 60 degrees. So I'm going to go ahead, make this line of arbitrary size, and do 60 degrees. Then I'm going to go back over here. And it's pretty simple from back here. We got click. And we go over 0.75. Up, do a little bit of math. Go over 75. We're done. Now we come down this way again. Don't know the length of the line. Don't need to know it. Just make sure it crosses this 60-degree line here. Go ahead. I'm right-clicking when I do this, by the way, to escape out of here. It's kind of like the same thing in Inventor. And then we use this one, our dimension tool up there, to get us. This is supposed to be at 25 degrees. Not like that. And trims up here, little scissors, just like any other CAD software. So there's that one. Then we need to put this circle in here. Go ahead and click, and our diameter is 0.75. And we need to position it. So from the center to the bottom. So it goes up 0.75. And from the end of here to the center, we got 1.5. All right. So now we're done with the sketch. Okay. Same one we made over here. All right. So we're done with this sketch now. I like it to look like this when I go to extrude. So you click on it, click on that profile. And it doesn't matter if you put it up over below. So this dialog box pops up. Again, similar to Inventor, but not quite the same. We go ahead and put in our thickness that we want. You can click over here to get your preview. Just like in Inventor, you can grab this and go back and forth to see. You can manually adjust it, or you can go ahead and type it in, but it doesn't automatically update. You have to kind of click off to the side here to see the actual preview. What you want, that's what I want it to be. So now I've got to, if you're before, now we're to the, you already figured this part out, and I said fast forward, so should be here now. Okay, now I need to take that part out or kind of shell it. There's a shell command except that you could possibly use, but it won't leave this end open. I don't think I haven't messed with shell too much in Onshape, admittedly, but easy way to do this is just to draw a shape and then cut some material out or delete some material out. To do that, you can use a work plane. Comes our work plane dialog box. Again, different from Inventor. It comes up by default already offsetting. That is what I want to do. I want to offset it from this back plane right here. You can see this back one, so I'm going to choose this. I'm going to tell it I want it to be 3.75, which is the length of that object. So now it's going to put that plane right there. You can kind of see it sticking out right there now. It's right where I want it because that's where I want to do my sketch on that plane. Again, annoying. I know you got to manually turn it. So another new sketch. I'm just going to make a rectangle over here of, again, size right now is the issue, but I do want it to be 1.0 at. That I don't care about right now. I do care about its orientation and its distance away from the edges. Now we can use these planes right here as datums to get measurements off of, or the origin, same thing. We can go from here to here. Say I want that to be 0.25. That's kind of like that shell thickness. I want this one to be 0.25 as well. Okay, so now as long as that's 1, right, because we 1.5, we subtract 2.5, 2.5, should have 1 left. Total distance of 1.5, so now we're good with this. All right, let's go back to this view here. You can see now it has that sketch on there. I'm right-clicking. For those of you that Onshape's brand new. A little bit of differences from Inventor. I know Inventor you got to right-click and hold Shift, so it's kind of a little bit better. Holding down the scroll wheel and moving around pans for you. So I want that sketch, and I want it to go back into this shape here. So we're going to extrude. I want that shape, but up here I want to remove. So this is going to kick back there. I want it to come all the way back here like this. So I want it to look kind of like that. And doing some little math, it's 3.75. But I still want to maintain that 0.25 thickness back there. So we'll go back 3.5. So now, for all you warriors out there in Bernstein land, that is how that is done. Okay. Cleaning it up a bit. I know putting planes on, things like that, that sometimes can get annoying. So what I do, because I don't like looking at them, you can go over these little eyeballs, and I don't want to see that one. You can even turn off these planes if you really want to when you're done. So you can have just the object here, because those planes kind of stick around. So that's that one. Oh, to share this, so then to get the link, don't copy and paste up here. Okay, that doesn't do it. This is a live document, kind of like a Google Classroom, or a Google Doc. So it's live. So you go up to share up here, and you're going to want to say you're going to turn on link sharing. Turn this on. That's the link that you want. All right. So if your teacher or Bernstein, for example, gives you 4 or 5 of these things to do, instead of opening Onshape 4 or 5 times, kind of like what I was talking about before, you can add them down at the bottom right here. Or when you get to assembly, that's kind of convenient, because when I go on to assembly and I want to add some stuff, it goes to these open parts that I have. This is called studios, but these open parts that you have tabbed down here. Okay, so I added one earlier, I think you guys saw, but for the link sharing, you could have, assignment number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 all on here. And instead of having to send your teacher 5 different links, you send them 1 link. So again, it's up here. You got to go link sharing. So you have to turn that on, and then you copy this and then upload that to like your Google Classroom or wherever else for your submission. Then your teacher will click on that link, and all 5 of those, or whatever, how many of them will be there. All right. So good luck.